Hi, everyone. We are so excited about this American Dream series. And with me today is TraceAnn. And I would love for her to share with you her story. But for those of you that are watching us for the first time, this series is really to help encourage healthcare professionals all over the world that are trying to make your transition here to the U.S. We hope that these stories inspire you of real life nurses and even therapists that want to come to the U.S. and have done so through the Avant program. So TraceAnn, we're so excited to have you with us today.
Thank you very much. It's truly an honor.
Oh, well, it's an honor for us to have you. You have an incredible story, and I know that you're going to inspire so many nurses out there. But first, I want to say a big congratulations because I heard the news that you are in the process of buying your house.
Yes.
So that's awesome, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well, how exciting. How do you feel?
I'm very excited about it, but I'm also a bit nervous because it's a new journey. It's my first home, so I'm excited. I'm adulting.
I like that, adulting. Well, I know it. I recently also had purchased a new home, and that the whole process, it's exciting, but it can be scary, but it's also exciting at the same time. So I totally understand what you're feeling. But just so that people get to know you a little bit more, if you could share a little bit about yourself, I'd love that.
Okay. Well, as everyone is getting that, my name is TraceAnn, and I'm originally from Jamaica, migrated to the US with Avant. This year will be 3 years, so I'm here in beautiful Colorado, as we say, colorful Colorado.
Yeah,
It's amazing, truly an amazing facility. I don't think I could ask for anything better than this.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear that. Yeah, Colorado is beautiful.
There's lots to do, hiking, mountains to see. It's just beautiful.
So can you share maybe a story about a place that you've been or an adventure that you went on in Colorado?
Okay, well, Colorado is pretty big on like 14ers. So these mountains are 14,000 feet above sea level. And when you go up there, the views are just majestic. It's painful getting up there because of that elevation. Sometimes you feel like, I'm losing my breath. I need some oxygen. But once you get there, the view is just really amazing. And I've done other fun things like horseback riding, learn how to paddle boat, learn how to shoot a bow and arrow. There's just so much adventure here. I love this place.
That's awesome. And many people don't really know what Colorado is like. So I'm so glad that you're having fun. There's so many beautiful places in the U.S. and Colorado sure is one of those places.
Oh, yes.
So how are your skills with the bow and arrow?
Still need a little bit of work because I cannot go out and hunt a deer, for example, but I'm still taking those indoor practices and it's been fun.
Oh, good. Well, that's great. I one day would like to try that myself. So you are inspiring me to do it. So that's
awesome.
Really exciting. So, just trying to understand a little bit more about your story and your journey. Why did you want to come to the U.S.?
Well, I think it was the grand opportunity to get international experience. U.S. is a developed country. There is so much resources and knowledge to gain. And so once Avant came to Jamaica and I heard about this opportunity, I'm like, okay. You've heard so many persons say, I wish I had done this or that when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to become that person, at 50. I'm like, Avant came to Jamaica, I should have gone. So I didn't want to have any worries. And so I thought, I'll definitely do this. And so I'm glad I did. Just what it comes down to, I'm glad I did.
That's so great. No regrets. So for anybody watching out there and you're wondering the same thing, now's your opportunity to take that step.
Yes.
And it'll change your life. And for those of you that have taken the step, patience.
Yes.
That's important.
Yes.
So thinking about you, I was really excited to hear that you were Miss United Nations.
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit about that. That's really interesting.
Yes. It's not something I thought I would have done, but I did. And I guess another experience that I'm also glad that I was a part of. So essentially, United Nations pageant, who they choose is a goodwill ambassador. And I feel like, as a nurse, you're already a goodwill ambassador
For
anyways.
sure, yeah.
Right. So it just gave me an opportunity to serve the community more, stand up for the cause of like women's rights, gender equality, and, just to help our community for children who are, vulnerable in different areas of life and so on. So it has really given me a platform just to get away from just bedside as a nurse, but also be involved in the community and make my voice be heard. So.
Wow, that's really awesome. And what an exciting journey that you're on. You seem to be the adventurous type. I
Yeah,
heard you say earlier, like, I don't want to regret and let me try this. And then the
yes,
same thing with the Miss United Nations.
right.
It's really awesome. It's so great to hear more about your story and your journey.
Thank you.
So thinking about your life in Jamaica and, here you are, you want to pursue your American dream. What is the American dream for you?
The American dream for me, it's holistic. I mean, it's a big benefit, of course, is, it gives you a bit of financial stability. And a lot of people look at that as a big part of their dream. I want to be able to obtain a home. I want to have a car and
Right.
so on. But in my career as well, my professional life, I don't want to ever be passive in anything that I do. And
Mm-hmm.
so coming here, as I spoke earlier about the resources that are available, the technologies to see how things are done differently.
Yeah.
And then I'm always big in serving the community. So it's also another way to see how I can serve. Like I've been involved with work with the military so far here
Oh,
in
great.
Colorado and so on. So it's a new dimension,
Yeah.
put it that way. So it's a dream is like something you've never seen before. You think about it, you
Mm-hmm.
envision what could this be like, but to live out the dream is a whole different thing, and then it just gives you opportunity to dream more. So I'm still dreaming.
So great. I love that. Yes, you just keep dreaming big and
Yes.
you keep going for it. And we are here to support you. That's so awesome. So you mentioned earlier about, just what I would term as a gap. I think a lot of people don't understand what it's like to practice as a nurse in different countries. So like Jamaica, having, you mentioned the equipment here is different and then just the opportunities. But do you mind sharing a little bit with us so that our audience understands what was it like to be a nurse in Jamaica and what's the difference now here
Okay.
in the US?
For sure. So as you know, Jamaica is a developing country,
Mhm.
and here in the U.S., we're developed.
Yeah.
So when it comes to, for example, technology that we incorporate into healthcare, in Jamaica, I was doing paper charting,
Hmm.
and then here in the U.S., we do electronic documentation. And when you look at the benefits of everything, for example, with electronic documentation, you can have easier access to files and so on. You don't have to be searching for a long time. And that helps also with how fast you can get care going. If I
Hmm.
take a blood sample and I want to get it to the lab, back home in Jamaica, I would have someone walk the sample to the lab, wait for
Hmm.
that to be, analyzed, and someone has to go back and pick up the results. Here, you have a tubing system. You get that lab sample and you tube it to them. They get it in real time.
Yeah.
They're finished analyzing that sample. You have the report in your computer right away. So
Mhm.
there's usually not a delay in care, so to speak. And so when you look at that advanced technology, you just realize, wow, this is really top notch and
Yeah.
inspiring. And what is good too is that, I'm still in contact with nurses back home in terms of, directors, matrons, chief nursing officers. And what you find is that when you're having this conversation to see this is what is happening, this is what I'm experiencing, this is some of the changes that I think we could make to our healthcare system, I feel like it goes a far way. So it's not just that I'm here doing this, but you're also sharing with others to see how well we can collaborate and build our country in the same way. So for me, it's a win-win.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love it. You're giving back.
Yes.
And that's so important. And who knows the impact that you're making in their lives as well from the experience that you're having. You really are an encouragement to so many people. And I just want to thank you for, you know, not just staying in your own box, but reaching out and seeing how you can make a difference even in your own country. So that's really awesome. Not just here, but there as well. It's really great.
Thank you.
And you know, moving here is not easy. And you know, you just shared a little bit about what some of the gaps are, but what really helped you bridge those gaps, both clinically and even just transitioning here to the US? Like, what helped you in your process?
Okay, well, on this one, I have to give it full on to Avant Healthcare. And clinically, I mean, you know, you have the knowledge generally speaking, but in a new country, things are done differently.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that transition program, when I had a clinical instructor that would, you know, guide me along, show me the different resources. So for example, you know, back home, I might have been citing an IV, but the cannula here is a bit different. And so it's important to understand how this works for you to be effective. And so that transition program really helped me with everything, you know, just how resources might differ, but, you know, it gets the task done the same way. If you don't have the knowledge, you won't know. And so that was really helpful for me. Also with transitioning,
Mm-hmm.
again, going through getting my driver's license, just have someone there to take you along on that journey.
Mm-hmm.
When I was moving over from Florida, where Avant is based, to Colorado, there was a transition specialist who came with me.
Mm.
So, I mean, from driving with me to the airport to helping me with my luggage to the point when we got here, there was a rental car for us to get. And we got that rental car. The first place we went was to the dealership, so I could seal in on the car that I was getting. So just to have someone there to support you, to know where to go and get insurance for your car. Let's go and see your apartment together, how to get a apartment insurance, just everything. You don't know all those details, and to have someone there's like guiding your hand one step at a time. Okay, now it's time to get some furniture. This is a place that I would recommend. Let's go and see that. Major places in your community that you would need to know: the police station, the library if you're an avid reader. You know, it just was such a big support.
Mm-hmm.
It took the worry and the anxiety out of it. Imagine me coming here to Colorado trying to figure this out on my own. Okay, where's the dealership? How do I use the GPS? I've never had to use GPS in my life. These streets are so big. How do you drive them? There's so much to think about. And I mean, I really wouldn't want to have to think if I had to do that on my own, how frustrating it would have been. So that support from Avant, top notch, I'd say.
Well, thank you. I'm so glad that you felt that way. And I really love our transitions program. And it really brings like joy to my heart that you felt anxiety free, because that's part of what we'd like to help you with. Is it's not easy to move from one country to another country, and it's a whole different kind of country, you know, and to help make that transition more smooth for you is really part of our goal. And I'm so glad that you experienced that and you felt that way. I remember when I moved to the US almost 14 years ago from the Philippines. Yeah, it's like what you're saying, like the roads, they're so big, and there was so much culturally that was different. And it's so nice to be part of a company that helps.
Yes.
That really does help make that easier.
Absolutely.
Make that move easier.
Oh,
it's
yes.
Not always easy, but one less thing to think about, which is where to live, you know, how to find your car and where to go and see things that are important to you. So that's really great that you shared that with us.
Yes.
You know, and there is a lot of competition in Jamaica with various agencies really trying to get nurses' attention. Why did you choose Avant?
Well, I felt like Avant brought a big package. I was young. I just graduated from university. Don't have much money to, you know, kickstart this whole process on my own. Because as a matter of fact, I was going to take another job assignment when Avant came to Jamaica. And I thought, okay, with the package that was presented, we were going to be helping you with your flight to take the NCLEX. We were going to host you when you got here. You picked me up from the airport. You brought me back to the airport. There were so many things. And I'm like, okay, now I don't have to be thinking I need to have this large resource when it came to immigration and lawyer fees and just everything you had to think about. I'm like, okay, this company is doing all of this for me. Why, thank you very much. I will happily come. Yes. And, even though I didn't have like an immediate family, a spouse or children, just to hear about, that support was also available, so I just thought, wow, it couldn't get any better than this, really. So there was no reason not to choose. It's like someone is giving you a platter and you're like, okay, would I refuse? Thank you. I'm grateful.
That's a great way of putting it. Yes. It's been amazing having you on our program. And I think that you are a great example that it's possible to reach your dreams.
Yes.
And so what would you say to somebody that's just beginning their journey, or is searching out there, or is in the middle of their journey? What encouragement would you like to give to somebody in that place or in those places?
Wow. I'm going to give them 2 lines from Bob Marley. Don't worry about a thing, because everything is going to be all right. Yes. That being said, just, the support with Avant is so real. And I would say to you, do not doubt. If you want a change, step out and embrace it. If you don't step out, you won't, get the opportunity to embrace what that change will look like. And earlier we talked about the process. Yes, it is a little time, but you think about what you're going to gain at the end of that time. So be diligent with the process. I know, like, for example, the NCLEX is kind of like that first part and all that material to study, and you feel like, oh my gosh, this is school all over again. But in the end, it will be very, very worth it. The patience, the grit. Hold on to that and just press towards.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you for that. For those of you out there, a lot of times we hear this phrase, is Avant really real? And TraceAnn is evidence of that. And it is evidence of somebody that's worked hard to reach her goals, and she's living it. So you can too. And she is that inspiration to you. So what's next for you? I mean, what are you looking forward to next? Now that you're here, now that you're getting a house, I mean, these are all really exciting things. So what is next?
Well, what's next? Well, I guess after I move into my new home and get it all decorated and comfy and cozy, I'm actually currently preparing to take the GRE, the Graduate Record Exam, which is a prerequisite for grad school. And I'm hoping to get into grad school next year to do a master's in public health. So
wow, that's amazing.
That's the next big thing.
Oh, that's exciting. I got goosebumps. Wow. Well, I wish you the very best. And I know just by knowing your story here at Avant, you are going to reach your goals and your dreams. And you are going to reach that master's in public health, and sky's the limit for you. There's so much opportunity, and I'm just so proud that we could be part of your story, because it's an amazing one. So last question for the day. What are you most thankful for moving to the US?
Most thankful for the opportunity to grow, just see a version of myself that I never thought existed. So that's one of, I guess, the biggest thing. Also, it provided an opportunity for me to be able to help my family more too back home. And for me, that's a big thing. Before I was limited to do that, and now I've seen a bigger opportunity to help my family, and I feel very good about that. So
that's something to be really proud of.
Yes.
And I'm sure when they get to watch this, they're going to be so proud of you. They already are. But for sure, they're so proud of you, just as we are. And TraceAnn, I just really want to thank you for the time that you've taken today to share your story with all of us. And you truly are an inspiration to anybody on this journey, whether you're at the beginning, whether you're in the middle, or whether you're towards the end. Avant is here to be your partner to reach your American dream. And TraceAnn is one of those nurses that just with her character and perseverance, is reaching her dreams. And we are so proud to be part of that. So what's your American dream? We want to know and we want to understand that. So if you haven't applied today, apply now. If you go to our website. Also, we have more stories coming up that will inspire you on this journey. And so stay tuned for the next few episodes of the American Dream series, and we look forward to hearing your story and being part of it. Have a wonderful day, evening, or afternoon, whatever side of the world you find yourself in. Bye.